Hello, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to some Enshrouded. We picked this up last night. We finally, I don't want to say I'm done with Power World, but we have beat the crap out of that game, and starting to run into the ends of it. So we picked up Enshrouded. Check that out. It's been really a great time for these survival builder type games right now. We got more coming out soon. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna go through the character creation real quick here. Me and Pete played a little bit last night, and ooh, that guy. I like. That's that's a face right there. We're gonna go with him. I really start with that one. So you can go in here. You can kind of change their hairstyles. You can change. Uh, there's a bunch of different hairstyles, stuff like that. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Uh, maybe we'll go with that one. That one's good. Change hair color. There's not a lot of hair colors that you can go with. Just a few. Same thing with beards. There's a bunch of different beards you can kind of go with. Do, 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 do. I like that one though. And then kind of the same colors for your hair. That's weird. All right. Voices. And then we had to name your character. Ooh. All right, we'll do that. We'll go ahead and create a character. You can't have multiple characters. And then, so we're going to go ahead and log into him. When you go to start, you can either do private game. It's a private game you save locally. Basically, nobody else can get into it. You can host a game, which basically allows you to host a game. You put a password on it, and then allows your friends to join you. Just search for it in the games list, and off you go. And then you can join the game online, so that way, if your friend is already hosting one, you can just join them. For this playthrough, we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to start basically a brand new game. So My World 1 is one that we started playing. So we're going to make a new world. We can edit that. We can change it to whatever we want it to be. I always like naming it YouTube so that I know that I'm not messing up that one. And we'll go ahead and play that. So, fortunately, there's no sound to this. Long ago, a wonder brought an enthralling gift to the people of Emberville. Elixir. It was a cure, a blessing, a weapon. Once concealed by the ancients, its might had been set free. With it came power, mistrust, and a longing for more. Humanity dug the elixir wells, ripping apart the land and each other to quench their thirst. That sounds about right. Elixir and blood. A drop for a drop. But from the depths of the wells, an unforeseen curse crept into Emberville. The Shroud. A ruinous fog which sought only to spread and devour. Facing their downfall, humans and ancients united to forge the Flameborn. Now, your time has come. Awake! Alright, so you basically come out of a cooking pot. There you go. Alright, so you get to come out of here, and you get to go, and we're going to go join the world here. Whee! The old cinder vault. You mean with flame? You slumber for too long, Flameborn. The realm of Emberville has fallen, consumed by the shroud. Now the enshrouding flame calls for you. Find a place in the ruined world and construct a flame altar to create shelter from the dark. So, as most of them, you come out, you emerge from a vault, you come out to a ruined world. Vast world awaits, filled with secrets and perils. Press I and navigate map track discoveries. So it says to press I, but the I takes me to this screen, which isn't the one I want. The map is that's the plans for your first base. That's the cinder vault, right? Okay, so there's a map. We have crafting. Every time you click on one of these, it's like, okay, all discovered items. So there's crafting area, space, right? Quick navigate to different categories by selecting these icons. Okay, and it kind of wants you to do that. Now, if you're like, oh crap, I forgot all that important information, hit F1 to show the tutorial again. It's great. We have our backpack, we have our character, we have skills. Skill tree's kind of cool. It's not letting me zoom out for some reason. Then there's these cool books around, and pure lights engulf in knowledge of ancient breed. Protects its flaming core, wisdom far beyond their imagination, share their hours, seeking answers a whisper, but I heard none, despite possessing a voice that only speaks to those born of the flame. A shame, as I believe I could have quite enlightened conversations. And then you'll see there's that red marker down there. That's where we're currently going. I do not recommend jumping off of this, however. It will involve broken ankles and dead characters. Alright, so we're going to run into a cave. Pick up us a nice torch here. Kind of look around. And the Flameborns, they launch these things out to light lanterns and stuff when you get close to them. Some really cool aspects of the game and cool things that the game does. We've spent a lot of time, obviously, playing other games in this genre here recently. Matter of fact, we played this one for about 30 minutes last night and already put a server together for it because I have a server and it's amazing. The game is very close. To okay, those things are so up above me. You see that I have that enshrouded thing. I'm not sure exactly what happens if that timer runs out because I've been afraid to let that timer run out. But if you stay inside that blue area, you notice it counts down really, really fast. I can hit the tab button. I can lock on. Control to dodge around. And then we searched, we can pick up their stuff. We can move from the old fire stick to a thing. You do have backstab damage if you get behind them. And there's all kinds of ways to make that a lot better and stronger in the future. There's a lot of stuff in the skill tree. Once we hit level 2 here, we'll kind of look at that a little bit more. We have not gotten that far into this game. I'm still really new at it. So if you have things that you think I should really know, throw those down in the comments. Try to stay away from spoilers, because some people don't like that stuff, and I kind of like experiencing the game somewhat, especially a lot of stuff with a new game is trying to figure out what is there, what is what you can find, right? Because just I don't know. I like exploring a little bit. All right, so now we got a level, so we hit H, and that still not letting me zoom out. So This stuff here has like Ranger, right? So Ranger multi-shot adds 20% chance to spawn a flurry of arrows that spread slightly, right? And then over here, Beasting, you can draw and use your bow while gliding. You fall slowly. Ranger, right? Over here you have like an Assassin. Chain reaction, every enemy hit with an exploding arrow has a 20% chance to trigger a secondary explosion arrow, right? Trickster, you can gain 1 spirit for every 2 levels of flame. Okay, makes sense. Terror. See, spirit, you increase your spirit, right? A wizard increases your intelligence by attribute by 1, increases magic damage by 5% per attribute point. You know, down here you have healer. You will gain 1 level intelligence for every 2 levels of flame. Battle mage, increase your intelligence attribute by 1, increases magic damage by 5%. Right, and then you'll have like these things here where like this is like a battle mage healer combo, right? So blink replaces a dodge roll ability with short range evasion attack. So it's kind of like the PoE thing where you can kind of do whatever you want. You know, you have a tank, you have warrior, barbarian, athlete. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff in here. And then at the first, like lumberjacks, felling axes do 30% more damage against wooden objects, including trees. Mason pickaxe deals 30% more damage. So those are more damage. It's not necessarily, you know, better or you know, you don't need that. It's just there's more damage there. Now, as to what the pink line is, I'm not entirely sure. But well rested duration of what rested buff. Survey. You only need 3 instead of 6 seconds to revive an ally. This character is probably going to be a solo character, so I'm not worried about that one so much. Sneak attack. Merciless attack, overpower enemy, fill the stun. I think I'm gonna go. I may go with well rested, because well rested will start leading me towards spirit this way. There's the necromancer, so I wonder maybe I should go with the. I don't want to go with the revive an ally, but maybe the direction I'm going. Either that or I can do this. What's this one? Counter strike, quick charge. That's kind of the trickster owl. We'll go with that one for now. Go ahead, unlocked that one. Okay. And then spirit attribute increases mana by 20. Okay. We'll go ahead and unlock that also. And then counter strike will be the next one, and then we'll start working towards wizard. From the time I played last night, I really like the sword. You can make a sword and board in the game if you want to be a tank. It is more than able to do that. And you know, so if you want to do the old Dark Souls, let's roll around and do stuff, then you can. I will. Ouch! Stupid rats. And then make sure you are looting pretty much anything that you can. There is all kinds of crazy stuff to loot in this game. If you're trying to gather stuff, if you're, you know, like there's stuff that I picked up that I was like, oh, I probably don't need that. I needed it. There's so much stuff in here. You can't pick up the weapons on the walls though. That makes me the sad. Go ahead and open this door. And then there's, you know, and yeah, can't pick up those purple berries. Make sure you're picking up food. Jasmine, or Yasminia? Is it true the ancients call upon you to stay behind the rest of the slumber? Will you be here when I awake? Please, you cannot leave my side. Let's change all days or travel. Just okay. Farewell, a kiss. All right. So there is lots of stuff and reading and things like that about it, and it's already so much stuff is in this game. And once again, we're early access, and we got a nice chest. We got some flint arrows and bandages. Now, if we go into our backpack here, we can take this stuff. Obviously, we'll move this guy down here. We'll move the torch down here. We can move this guy over. We can move the torch down here like this. You put a band-aid Band-aid there. And you can hit numbers here, or you can use the scroll wheel to move back and forth. So there's a lot of really good stuff. And this is one of the things, and with Pal World, I was talking about it, that when you start getting people iterating on a concept, or, you know, trying to slowly... Oh, this is probably a bad idea. The worst idea for him. So, and then these little blue things here, these shroud spores, are really important, especially later. They are a very needed resource. Oh, okay. And then as you open things, and so I need to get another bone to open a wand. If you haven't played this game yet, or you're trying to figure out how to play it, I would you're not trapped in any certain type of weapon. You're not. You don't have to, you know, have, you know, you can only do one. You can only do magic. Even if you have, if you spec completely into like tank, and you're all about shields, and you're all about, you know, swords and stuff like that. Even if you've gone so far down that path that, you know, you have no mana, you can still use a staff. You can still use the other stuff. It may not be as effective, but you can still use it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and run over here. What we're gonna need to do is look for rocks. So we're gonna pick up a rock here, and as always, you can just pick them up off the ground, as most of these games work. At least your first ones, you can pick up rocks. Do that. And then we'll hit B, or try to hit V. We're going to make a flame altar. So we're going to craft that. Hit escape. It shows up on your bar here. Now, if you look down from the top here, that red line that's around me, that's where the confines of my base are going to be at. So it's kind of my buildable area. Now you can eventually go in here and commune with the flame, right? Oh, I should have actually read that. Basically, I think that one told me to go find the people that are near, which is important. We're going to go do that pretty quickly here. So we can upgrade the altar. This gives us from a 40 by 40 by 40 to an 80 by 80 by 80. But I do need a shroud core for that. Or I can go down here and I can gather all these things, right? I need a spark, I need shroud, bones, resin, all kinds of crazy stuff. And that takes my altar activation from 2 to 4, my shroud passage from 1 to 2, and then my character attributes from 0 to 1, and my time in the shroud, right? So this is actually really important, being able to spend more time in the shroud and do things like that. If you want to reset your skills, you can go and do that there also. Now, some other things that's very important to do here in the beginning. Let's go ahead and hit our V key here. We want to get an axe, so we need some twigs, and I have enough stone, but I need some twigs and some string. And the pickaxe, I need twigs and string also. So the way you get those is you run up here and grab these berries, and then you grab this bush. So you get plant fibers and you get twigs from the bushes. The purple berries are very, very good because you can, they give you regeneration. So if I took a little bit of damage, so if I hit 5, I'll eat that. Health regeneration is active, and you'll see my health is starting to go up. So especially in the beginning, when you're running around here by yourself and you're trying to get established and you've taken a little bit of damage, those purple berries are really, really helpful. And they kind of grow all over the place. So it's, you know, you just got to keep an eye out for them because they blend in. See? Purple berries. Some more here. So we're just going to run around. We're going to grab a bunch of these things. Now, I will also say that your items down here have durability, and you see the sword that I've been using is getting really, really low, and you're like, oh no, this game has durability. This is horrible. I hate it so much already. Don't worry about it. And if you love durability in your tools and you love them breaking increasingly quickly, this will probably upset you. All right, so we're gonna go to string here. So I'm gonna make me a bunch of string. I'm gonna make me an axe. And I'm gonna make me a pickaxe. Okay, so those we can take down here. We'll put axe on here. We'll put pickaxe on here. Keep all your meat and stuff. The reason I'm putting it down here, I can put it down on my second level down here is oh wait, and then let's see, let's go ahead and hit B. Nope, B again. I'll eventually hit the right one. We can make a wand. Also, once you have 2 bones, so we're gonna go ahead and craft that. I'll go back to my backpack. Now, I don't think where's my wand at? There it is. So the wand's not, I don't think it's not considered a ranged weapon. It's a ranged weapon, but I'll get into what I mean by it's not considered a ranged weapon. You have a special spot you can put ranged weapons here in a little bit, and that's important, right? So now with this guy, I can do this, and I can pew, pew, and it makes cool little fun noises, and I actually really like it. All right, so now we can go chop down some trees. And then the tree just kind of melts into the ground, so it doesn't try to murder you, which is nice of it. Don't forget to pick up your twigs because you're going to need those. So we'll run around, and as most survival games, you build some stuff, you get started. Now with the pickaxe, the way it works is you get this little circle area, and that tells you kind of what you're going to hit, or where you're going to dig at. So the land and ground here is deformable, so if you want to run over here to this guy and you don't want to be here anymore, we can just dig a nice little hole out, and we can make us a house inside of it. And you are getting stone. You're running out of stamina because, well, that's how it works. But we can get a lot of stone this way, and this is all stuff you're going to need for building tools, for different stuff. I think there's other things I can do that can replenish my stamina. I just don't have them right now. Probably go get water. In this little starting area here, if you're looking for water, so the food and water work differently in this game than a lot of survival games. A lot of survival games, it's like, oh, you have to have food, and you have a food bar, and if you don't eat food, then you die, and it can get kind of overwhelming. This game, you use food as buffs. So you just run up here, and you basically enhance your stamina, regenerate it faster. So you just hit E. You can pick up as much water as you want. It's really easy. Water's great. It just generates the water skins for you, so that way you don't have to make them. It does make that a little bit easier. Oh, I think I've actually emptied the well. Okay. So what I can do now is I can just take that, drink that. So now my stamina's gone to 110, and I also regenerate faster. You'll also see, like I see on the road right now, you'll get various buffs as you run around. If you run around on the road, you actually get better. You get cold, so now I can commune with the flame. If I run up here and I hit X, as I'm setting here, I increase my maximum stamina. I'm getting more buffs for that too. It regenerates faster, and then as I set here longer and longer, I basically build up like a 10-minute. Well, you start with a 5-minute, but I took a skill. So once I get that all up, oh, maybe I can go higher. How high can I go? So you want to come up and rest by the flame. You want to do that stuff because it is very helpful. All right, so there I go. So now I have 15 minutes. Just move. So we'll hit V again here real quick, and we're going to build us. We can build us a shield. but I want to build a workbench. So I need to build a workbench. You also are going to want a construction hammer. And then we will build us a shield. Alright, so then what we can do is we can go in here. We can go to our backpack. The shield, we right click on that and tell it to equip it. If you go to your character, you'll now see that we have our shield on. The workbench. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Alt. I'm going to go to my second toolbar here. And then that is going to allow me to place my workbench down. Now, in the beginning, I think if you just tap R, it's going to spin at 90 degrees. If you hit X, it's going to lock it to a coordinate system. If you hold R and scroll, then it will. It's only doing 90 degrees for some reason, but you can adjust it, right? So this now, once we have here, we can either craft it or we can pick it up. So if you want to pick it up, you can just pick it up and move it. So now, as soon as I hit that, notice it says craft and repair. Well, as soon as I did that, notice all my stuff down here that was broken. See if I can. There's not a lot of damage. It's not being cooperative here. Trying to see. So you can see it's a little bit of damage there. As soon as I run up and hit E on this, it fills it back up. So as soon as you visit your crafting bench, it fixes everything. It doesn't take any stuff or any resources. It doesn't take anything. It's just you click on your workbench. There's also stuff out in town, or out, well, I say out in town, but out in the wild. There's like anvils that you can click on, and when you click on them, they also replenish it. So it's just kind of a thing that it's just showing that the world's deteriorating. There's ways to fix it, but the world's deteriorating. We can also go in here. You can see we can make rough stone blocks. We can make rough wood blocks, right? Stone blocks we need. You need a lot of these. You will need a lot of them. All right. So let me go see if I can find somebody to go pew at. And we're probably we're not gonna get too far into the game. The game is very, very deep, and it is. So we can lock on like this and get a little bit closer, and then the trick with this guy is you can do this. You can, it is such a better weapon, especially for starting out. If you start getting a bunch of swords like I am, you can go in here. You can right click on it and salvage it. Boop. And then you get these cool things here, the runes that we need to reset our skills and do a bunch of other things with it too. Once again, we're in an enshrouded area. And that timer starts. I don't know if you just instantly get dead or if it's you start taking damage, you need to run away. But the lock-on ability and that stuff is great. But now if I'm too far away, it doesn't hit. It just misses them, right? There is like a range. I don't know where exactly that range is, or if there's an indicator for it yet that I haven't seen. But I would really like some sort of indicator to let me know that I am too far away. But yeah, all kinds of ruins and things to explore, and there's stuff all over it as you go run around and look inside of it. And like over here, there's archery things and there's arrows. Speaking of which, maybe I can do that. Nope, gotta get closer. Now, I'm only doing like 18 points of damage. I want to say if you take the skill to be a lumberjack, then that gives you the ability to, I think, do like 27 points of damage. So it's not that, you have to have that skill to be able to do things. It just helps you chop down trees faster. And then eventually, if you go into that screen, there's this thing here where it says all tools lose durability for 50% slower, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because we'll just keep chopping down trees. Resin, there's stuff that drops from trees. Like I said, in the beginning with this game, if you don't know what it is, just take it back to your base. Like, I haven't found anything that has dropped from something yet that I didn't need at my base. Ooh, purple berries. More mushrooms, some more food. And then, like I said, we can hit the water button, drink water. And that should allow us to regenerate our stamina a little bit faster, and that way be able to chop down more trees quicker. Alright, we'll do this. I think I need more string too. Alright, back to here. We're going to run back to the base real quick. And then one last little thing here. So hit E. I cannot make... I want to make a glider and a grappling hook as soon as it can. I was hoping I can make a bow, but I can't yet. So, but the bow, basically what you'll do is you'll open your inventory, you'll basically right click on it, you'll tell it to equip it, and then when you go back to your main screen, down to the right of your task or your hotbar there, there'll be like that, and it'll say Q, and you press and hold the Q, and it will switch from this. Instead of having to switch and trying to figure out which weapon you're supposed to be on, you'll be on your main weapon. You'll hit Q, it'll auto switch to it, and when you release Q, it switches back to your weapon. It's a really cool way to do it. But this is Enshrouded. It's kind of the beginning of it so far. We're going to be playing on the server, and I'll get a little bit ahead, and we'll kind of keep this series up and kind of keep it there. Once we get a little bit further into the server, maybe we'll pop over there and kind of show you what we're doing over there. But as always, if you guys like the videos, there's a button for that. If you have a question, a comment, a concern, please leave that down below. And if you're not subscribed, you want to see more of this or any of the other stuff that we're playing, which is going to be a lot of stuff hopefully soon, please throw a subscribe on the channel. And with that, we will catch y'all next time. Y'all be safe.